Hey everybody, welcome back to my video. My name is Brian Pelego with FJ4365. I just want to say thanks for being here. So there are two parts to this video. The first part will take about a minute of your time to just watch a quick video of our trip around the Lassen National Park. And two, I want to get into the nuts and bolts of the Magellan GPS system. So specifically, we are talking about the tr7 model of the Magellan. And at the very end of the video, I'm going to show you guys the three models that Magellan has, the tr5, the tr7, which is what I'm showing right now, and the trx. And the price is quite significant from the tr5 to trx. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you guys, and maybe you can tell me whether or not it's worth buying another GPS system for your truck. Because for the most part, my Google Map or my iPhone map has served me well. So sit back and enjoy the first part of the video. These things get up to about 312 degrees, and it's sulfur, it smells like rotten eggs. Disgusting. Well, okay, I'll see on the camera, but if you look down, you can see all the way to the bottom, way the hell out there. It's pretty cool. So I just found a great gadget for you guys. Check this out. Whiz gear and grizzly. Boom, just like that. Did I get that? So I will leave a link down below where you can buy that whiz gear on Amazon.com. So we are at the trailhead of Lassen Peak. So Jet and I are going to hike up there, and hopefully we'll come back safely. There's my cousin right there, and there's the grandpa. Altitude to get your ass, huh?
Oh yeah.
8,500 feet.
Oh yeah.
All right, now let's get down to the nuts and bolts of this Magellan tr7 GPS unit. So this is the very first screen that you come to when you turn on the GPS unit. You've got your map, then you got your couple indicators, how many miles you've been on dirt, tracks, and so forth. Like I said earlier, this GPS unit is specifically for off-roading and finding off-road trails. So right out of the box, you can simply click on the map button and you'll come to this map screen that we're all familiar with. If you simply hit the play button, it'll start recording your tracks so that later on you can share this track or off-road trail with your friends, your buddies. And the reason why this program is so powerful is because this is a crowdsourced data. So as users like yourself go off-road and track these and map these trails, it gets eventually updated in the Magellan system. So that's why this is a very powerful GPS system over any other system out there. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the finished product of after my trip up in Lassen. And I'm going to use this trip as an example and show you guys how I interface with the application to get around Lassen and navigate through some of these off-road trails on the back side of Lassen. So I want to put this tutorial into perspective here. What you're looking at here is my trail. The green is where I started and the red dot is where I finished. And this map kind of shows you another perspective of where I'm at. You can see the redding at the top left-hand corner, and the bottom down from I-5, that's Red Bluff, and off to the right, that's the Lassen National Park area. So let's go ahead and move the mouse around here. As you saw the green dot, that's where I started from, and now I'm just going to scroll around to show you guys the path I took around the front side of Lassen. And mind you, this particular area is all paved. It's all paved until we get to Highway 44 and our turnoff to the dirt path. So right here, I wanted to point out something really important here that might be helpful for you guys. So this Manzanita Lake, there's actually a restaurant here, a campsite, a small shop, not a restaurant, a small store, and a gas station. But unfortunately, they weren't open the time that we were there, but during prime peak of the year, they do have a gas station there. So if you need to fill up, it'll be available for you guys. To get to that first mark, I'm going to step through this process for you guys. So first thing I want to do is do a search. And I hope you guys can see this. Okay, so this is the home screen here. All you got to do is press the search button. And I want to look for, let me get a little focused here. Hit the trail button right there. And then off to the right, you're going to click on this little drop down, it says nearby. And I want a near point on, trails. Okay, hit this drop down and near point on the map. So basically I want to touch an area on the map, and that will get us to the entrance of this trail here, which is right here. I'm gonna put my finger on it, and boom, there it is. So at this point, here's my GPS coordinate to that area, okay? And it's 2.7 miles away from my current location. Just gonna hit okay. Okay, and then next up you want to do is hit this button done. Okay, so then what's going to do is it's also going to not only pick out where you just touched that screen to find the off-road trail, but it's also going to list out all the other available trails in the nearby area. So for example, here's one that's 5.71 miles away. I'm sorry, this is this trail right here, number 1. These are all numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It tells you what's the distance of dirt that you'll be traveling, right? So 5.1 miles, dirt miles. So then if you go to the left of the screen, it has these same corresponding numbers. There is 1 is somewhere, but basically, let's get to where we want to go. So if I pinch out, and you can see that we are going to go to, get refocused here. There we go. So from number 2, this is where we want to go. That's where we're headed, number 2 right there. So all we got to do is go over here, and once you've confirmed that's the path you want to go, hit this button right here, number 2, hit that option. And there it is. So this will map out from where we want to go to where we want to finish. Now this doesn't, let me pinch in so we can get a little bigger perspective here. So as you can see here, this only covers about a quarter of where we want to go. Our goal is to go all the way down to the bottom, which is a little purple, which is the Highway 38. That's our destination. So as you can see, that's about just over a quarter of the way there. So once we get there, we're gonna remap and redo this so that we can keep leapfrogging our way all the way down to here. But I do know for sure that it connects all the way down. And eventually my goal is to map this whole thing from top to bottom and provide those coordinates to you guys and a continuous trail from the top of here to 44 to the bottom of Highway 38. So I hope I can do this. Let's go ahead and hit the save button here. Okay, and then it's going to ask for a wish or save to wish list, and this is called Mineral Viola Highway DR17 FH170. Is once you have saved that trail you want to ride, what you want to do is go back to your home screen, hit the journal button right here. So this is where all your saved map goes into. Hit your wish list. So if you remember from the previous steps, it asks you, do you want to save this to your wish list? And this is where you go. And then it's this first one right here, Mineral Viola Highway, right? So just go ahead and select that. And then it gives you a couple options. and the option, just to confirm that's the path you want to go, which it is. Then you want to click on the follow button, and then it gives you two options here, which is great, right? So you can select start to end. That's what we'll be selecting. But if you want to come back out of there, you can also select end to start. So just a reverse order. Or what's great about this GPS is that it leaves a breadcrumb trails, so you can just follow your dots out. So I'm going to hit this start to end, and bam, here we go. So I'm going to record this trail so that I can provide this information to you guys later on through social media. All right, so that's all there's to it. I'm just gonna follow the GPS voice, and hopefully we get out of this here safely. We'll see you soon. All right, so we just hit the turnoff from Highway 44 to, looks like it's National Forest Road 17, but let me go a little further up here. So we're at our first waypoint here. It says here that we're going to reach our destination 350 feet. But instead of remapping this, I'm going to just keep going and map this on my GPS, and I will mark the plots as we go along. I think this is going to be pretty self-explanatory. It's all gravel roads so far, so we'll see where it goes. All right, take two. It didn't record. Okay, so this road that we were on was all gravel, and it was pretty easy. Nothing too wow. There's no wow fact. So we came across this dirt road. It's like a crossroad. So we got off the gravel road, and we saw this trail, and thought, where the hell does that take you? Well, back to my Magellan tr7. We found another path. Let's see if we can get a little better angle here. So originally we were on this yellow road to that red dot, and then that's when we came across this trail right here. Looks like it's a little more fun. So I went back to my Magellan and remapped this path here to see if it takes us back to the main road, and by God, sure enough it does. So this is there's no landmark here. There's no road sign to get to where we're going right now, other than the GPS here. Looks like it's going to be a little more fun. There's some creek crossings, and we are headed to North Cabin Spur, and it's 2.6 miles on this green line to the red dot up there. So anyways, just want to share that with you guys. We'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. All right, so we came to a little split here. Looks like the GPS is telling us to go left. All these logs here. And there's a little marker 60U. Not sure what that means. Let's see what it says here on the GPS. Is there a marker here? No, it just says name of the road here, which is Cabin Spring Spur. All right, we're on the right track. Here we go up the hill. Well, Jet, what do you think? Should we go move that log or that tree, go around it, or go over it?
I don't know, that's a pretty big log.
Looks like about a 2-inch diameter, Charlie Brown.
Let's FJ it.
So once we got to this area right here, I don't know if you guys can see this. It was a little confusing. It was because this trail that we're looking for is not very well marked at all. But then we made some we backstepped a little bit, and we found this tree right here with 60U, which we found about a mile back. So then we found this road right here. I think we're on the right track.
Yeah. How'd you like that?
Scratched my truck up, man. I love it. All right, so we're here at a crossroad. We're about 5 miles back to Highway 36. You can stay to the right. This is the road that we've been on, or you can go left. So if you go right, it will take you right up here. So this is where we met Billy, that works for Caltran, where we met up with the other FJ40 we saw on the highway. So from here to there, it's about 5 miles. Or we can go up, which looks pretty level. But this here, we're actually gonna gain some elevations back up to 36 this way. And it might be maybe 8 to 5 miles. I'm not really sure. It looks relatively fairly the same. So if you wanna, go this way, left or right, looks like it's about the same because you got a gravel road here and a gravel road here. So just FYI. So we're at this lake right here. I'm not sure what it's called. And there's no name on it. It looks like it's just a, like a collection area. We're gonna check it out. And it looks dry as a bone out there. Oh wow. Oh jeez. Is this climate change out here?
I think they stack those rocks.
This is global warming, folks. No water. We are driving on the lake, folks. Check this out. This is pretty cool. So now that I'm back from Lassen and had a thorough review and experience with the Magellan tr7, the big question is it worth 300 bucks? And so let me put it this way. Does your current phone, your smartphone, or whatever apps you have, does it currently tell you where all the off-road trails are in your area or out of the area? I know I have lots of devices and none of those can tell me where to go, where to start. So it's not very intuitive. And number two, do you guys have a brand new truck, lots of new gears, a lot of upgrades, only to go to the same place every weekend or every other weekend or whatever? And so that's the question you got to ask yourself is, do I really want to go and explore new places? And if you answered yes and yes, then I think it's definitely worth dropping 300 bucks or 199 or 600 bucks for the TRX for a Magellan GPS unit, because like I showed you guys in the video, this is very intuitive. It's so simple. You just point, click, and go. If you're going to Tahoe, just look up some areas that you're going to be around and search in that area and save those. It's that simple. And all the maps and the trails are already built into the system, so you don't have to do anything. Now, what's great about this particular unit is that it is a crowdsourced platform, so that if you happen to find a new trail, you can track that and save it, and eventually it will get added to the Magellan system. So with that in mind, anyways, I hope that was helpful for all of you. I will leave all 3 links down below, including some other links that I've mentioned in the video. So if you guys click on those links, which directs you to Amazon.com, and buy it from my link, I get a little tiny percentage, and that would really help me out. And that also encourages me to get out and do these videos for you guys. I know I just love to do it because it's just a hobby of mine, but I also want to share the same experience and some cool gadgets for my fellow Land Cruiser and Toyota or off-road community. So if I can help you guys in that perspective or in that sense, then I'm more than happy to do it. And I will also leave a link down below or maybe up above, depending on what platform you're watching, link to my shirt on Amazon.com. So again, thanks for watching. I'm Brian with FJ40 365. We'll see you soon.